Hello and welcome to Matters on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. What are we talking about today? Now, Nigeria's petroleum sector was thrown into fresh uncertainty on Wednesday following the resignation of the chief executive of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Farouk Ahmed, and his counterpart at the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Gbenga Komolafe, amid the deepening controversy triggered by allegations on a petition filed by the president of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote. Now, the presidency announced the resignation of the two regulators on Wednesday, a development widely seen as fallout from the escalating dispute between the Dangote refinery and the NMDPRA over fuel importation, pricing regulatory oversight, and the pricing regulatory oversight in the downstream sector. The shakeup comes days after Dangote publicly accused Ahmed of economic sabotage and petitioned the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission to investigate what he described as questionable personal wealth, including allegations that the regulator paid about $5 million for the secondary education of his 4 children in Switzerland. We also talk about report that the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, opened up on Tuesday that the federal government recorded a significant revenue shortfall in the 2025 fiscal year. He noted that while the federal government projected 40.8 trillion naira revenue for this year, it ended up making up only 10.7 trillion naira. Edun made the disclosure while appearing before the House of Representatives Committee on Finance and National Planning during an interactive session on the 2026 to 2028 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper. Now, these are the topic for discussion today on Matters. You can call me Solo, you can call me Mr. Solo, you can call me Souls, as well as you can call me Mr. Souls, but officially I am Solomon Offem. Welcome to Matters. Okay, if you're just tuning in, this is Matters on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Let me quickly reintroduce what we're talking about today. Now, Nigeria's petroleum sector was thrown into fresh uncertainty on Wednesday following the resignation of the chief executive of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Farouk Ahmed, and his counterpart at the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Gbenga Komolafe, amid the deepening controversy triggered by allegations and the petition filed by the president of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote. And the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister, Wale Edun, opened up on Tuesday that the federal government recorded a significant revenue shortfall in the 2025 fiscal year. He noted that while the federal government projected 40.8 trillion naira revenue for this year, it ended up making only 10.7 trillion naira. Now, joining me to help analyze this topic for discussion is Aki Malaolu, is a public affairs analyst, and of course is the president of Yoruba Ronu Leadership Forum. Mr. Malaolu, thank you very much for joining us on Matters today.
Good afternoon, Solomon. Good afternoon, listeners.
Okay, let's quickly go to the first topic for discussion, which is obviously the fallout of allegation made by Dangote against NMDPRA boss, talking about Ahmed Farouk. But what we did not see coming is the resignation of NUPRC boss, which means leaders of both agencies have resigned. First of all, let me start with what's your take on the allegation made by Dangote before we take a look at what the resignation means.
They are allegations, because he who alleges should also prove. But one clear fact which we may have missed is the fact that local investors are not being treated very well. We are in a situation where employment is very, very low, or should I say, very scarce. And the government of the day is its reform is public sector driven. It's not private sector driven. That's why I'm very worried that since the government took over, Dangote has been having one problem or the other with his business. That is local refinery of refining of petrol and diesel. And why should it be so? We have our own refineries which are in comatose conditions. Yes, we have an investor who borrowed close to about $20 billion to put this edifice on ground, to create employment, to provide value-added services for chains of industries that are almost closing shops or switching off their machines. What should we be expecting from a government in relation to patronizing local investors or protecting them? I'm sorry to say, Dangote is strictly at the receiving ends, and this should not be so. Though I do not know why they took up the labor unions. They shouldn't have done so, because labor are also part of the economic variables that allows for economic growth. But he's been having problem with this and with that, and how he's going to pay away what he borrowed, I don't know how he's going to make it. He presently is even importing crude oil from Ghana. So there's no total reliance on Nigerian area. Why? It is the president of the country that should think through all his policies. If it is necessary, he should give the private sector that breather so that they can successfully practice their businesses. Allegations against Mr. Farouk borders on rumors until these matters are settled by the courts.
I mean, he provided some proof. He said, beating his chest that they have proof, and of course, the publications made on some of the national dailies where he officially sent a petition to the ICPC. I mean, some of those newspapers, there are proof there. A few of them, a snippet of what he supposedly have. I mean, for someone like that to come out publicly to make such accusation, I mean, one would have expected that there has a irrefutable proof. Don't you think so?
You see, because he's wealthy doesn't mean whatever he says should be acceptable to Nigerian people.
True.
It has to be put towards to rigorous testing, because the truth is something which must be arrived at if all the intermediate ideas which he is trying to convey are joined together. And what are the intermediate ideas on this issue? He said this man has children in some schools abroad, and that those children are paying $5 million. Is it per year or per month or per term on these same children? Where he got the money from, Dangote did not tell us.
Okay.
So he should have continued to tell us that he amassed this amount of money while seated on that particular area.
Now, but
so if we are going to look at those two issues, they did not join.
That's basically what he said, that he amassed this money through corruption and through.
He didn't affirm that.
I mean, he fell short of saying that. I mean, these were corruption
allegations. As long as he has not said that, we cannot make that allegation.
He said fraudulent means. I mean, that semantics we're talking about here.
Fraudulent means has many meanings. It could be
has many meanings.
It has many meanings. Yes.
Come on.
But anybody that wants to make allegations should directly tell us where he saw that money coming from.
Now, why
from licensing?
Why lots of Nigerians are taking his allegations seriously? Because it is out of character for him. We know Dangote isn't exactly one to make political commentary or say anything. I mean, he's been the background of politics for a very long time. We know he finances a lot of politicians, but he, at the background, he doesn't come out to make commentary about politics, which is exactly why this to lots of Nigerians, it's a lot of credence, because for him to come out to say these things, I'm sure he must have really thought it through. He's not the type of person to just come out and say things.
He has said many things, Solomon.
How often do we hear him say that? Like, come out to say
there was
things?
the first instance of when he said some people have refineries abroad. There was another instance when he said somebody has this money to buy my refinery, I'm ready to sell.
I mean, that was when when he was at war. I mean, this whole thing started when he decided to open a refinery, and it's kind of shook lots of trees.
You see, there are certain types of leadership that encourages investors, whatever. I will tell you the instance during the period of Muhammadu Buhari. There was anchor borrowers funds which were given to farmers, and we were even exporting rice during Buhari's period.
Okay.
Petroleum refinery company of Dangote started probably during the time of Buhari also. So the leader at that time encouraged investors, even borrowed farmers, to be able to run their farms, which provided yields. Now come to Tinubu. What are the private investors that where is the protection for private investors? There's not even protection for farmers. All rice mills are fading away.
Isn't that what Dangote was crying about? That's what Dangote was crying about, which started his war with oil marketers.
I was involved in the conversation to some extent when a certain name came to tell me on Twitter that why am I worrying myself over it? And that was the big man's name himself. I won't mention the name, the big man's name.
Okay.
When I started to show concern over how Dangote was being treated. And you see, this cabal has been on for several decades, where they give licenses to each other to bring anything into the country without quality inspection, without anything, and it's still ongoing.
And now they practically run our refineries down.
Yes, they did it deliberately. And it is the leadership we should point at. Many times Tinubu celebrated the coming on stream of some of these refineries. There are 200 tankers will load petroleum products per day. Where are the 200 tankers? And they spent money in his own government. And he celebrated that they have started functioning. Yesterday, Dangote told us that all the refineries nobody will buy them, and they are completely useless, and that we have expended $16 billion refurbishing them.
I mean, he tried buying them during the
Obasanjo's period.
Yeah.
Obasanjo's period, there were still skeletal works being done by the refineries. Since the time of Obasanjo, Yaradua came in, Jonathan spent his own period, Buhari spent his own 8 years. You can see the decadence, how it continued. And these things are traceable, except we don't want to tell the truth. Corruption in Nigeria is so endemic that it's difficult to even fight it now. Perhaps because even those at the top are also involved in crude oil. Look at it. Imagine a country borrowing $3.3 billion from Afrexim Bank, and they are paying back $12.5 billion through crude oil. And yet, a super tanker was arrested for stealing crude oil by America. So we have crisis.
So, the fallout of it is that both the NMDPRA and the NUPRC bosses resigned. Obviously, the messages come from the presidency, which means it is the president that mandated them to resign. What do you think about that? It's not like they really wanted to resign, because we don't exactly have a resignation culture among our public office holders in Nigeria.
Yes, they want to raise the noise so that the conversation can
just end there.
Yes,
they're trying to sweep it under the carpet, under the rug.
There is a petition reaching to EFCC, so we are going to wait for EFCC to, before Farouk will join APC, whether they will drag Farouk and start to investigate him and come Olafe, because there's nothing for EFCC to investigate on Dangote side. And Dangote did one thing before these allegations came. He crashed the price of his own petroleum product by almost 200 naira.
Yes, which is good news for Nigerians.
Good news, yes, fine. Why was that so? We should be able to interrogate why he did that. And two things came to mind. Either the federal government was making revenue from petroleum pricing, because that is a huge gap. To drop 200 naira from the price of a liter of petrol is a very huge gap.
He did
from
say,
that 100.
He did say the amount of money required to import this petrol actually dropped, which was the reason why he reduced the price. Which is economic calculation.
That is what he's telling you from his own angle. From my own angle, I'm also looking at it that as long as importation of petrol continues, Dangote can do what he did, so that when they bring their products to the market, they won't be able to sell.
But isn't that good for the ordinary Nigerians? Now, by the time NNPC may not be able to compete with Dangote, but by the time Aboa comes on board, there will be healthy competition, which is take away the concern of monopoly as far as the Dangote is concerned.
Whatever it is the duty of the federal government of Nigeria to put in policies that will assist local investors to have confidence in the system. And all institutions managed by government should encourage them to be well disciplined to carry out their core duties of encouraging productivities. We should not be having arguments on the pages of newspaper, on radio and everything. It has become so many. The tax issues are there, the unemployment rates are there, the shortfall in revenue are there. I don't know the type of government that is in power. It looks like a government that has ambition but has no plan to drive economic growth. Where are the local investors? If Dangote is having this crisis, everybody abroad will be watching. So it is the government. The only is on government to do the right thing, and the right thing must be exemplified by the president himself. He must show that courage to fight endemic corruption in the system. It is not only that capital budget has not been given to any ministry or MPS.
How will the corruption be fought when you have an Adams Oshomole that says once you join APC your sins are forgiven, and then you've seen lots of politicians and lots of public office holders and elected officials that have case to answer for joining the APC, and then whatever allegations they have with EFCC or ICPC just goes away I mean,
Yes.
Yaya Bello is a case in point.
Yes, the former governor of Delta State, you know, that is the route Tinubu followed to forgive corrupt leaders, and that was wrong. And I will continue to say it. It's still going to backfire on him, and it has backfired. When there is no development in some of these states where corruption took place, and the people are in hopeless and helpless conditions, and you should remember, as a leader, he has been to many countries all over the world. Do they manage inflation, or they triggered inflations? They manage inflations. All of the advanced nations, inflation has never been above 2% or 3% at least. Our own could go from 26 to even 30 something. Corruption triggered triggered inflation. Policies triggered inflation. Lack of discipline triggered inflation. All the institutions have been mismanaged to a level that we can't even trust the judiciary, we can't trust the police, the army, we can't trust even any of the ministries. Today, we now know that the government is broke. It doesn't know how it will implement future budgets.
Now, we'll talk about that shortly. But do you think this issue will successfully be swept under the rug? I mean, I'm not sure the political affiliation of these two personalities, Menga Komolafe and Farouk Ahmed, but if they're to follow the trajectory of every other public office holder, go kiss the APC ring, and everything will just disappear. But do you think that will be successful when you consider the thing is already in public domain, and an allegation made by another huge figure in the person of Dangote?
Nothing yet has been swept under the carpet, because the new appointees will listen to the dictates of the president, just like the former ones. A man is calling the shots, and the man calling the shots is the president, and he is equally the minister for petroleum. Dangote knows who he is fighting. These are just when the two big men are fighting the grasshoppers. These are Komolafe, Farouk are grass. It is Tinubu versus Dangote. Let us state it clearly. It is Tinubu versus Dangote.
Okay, that's another way to look at it.
Yes.
So, what do you think the fight is about, though?
Both of them are in the petroleum sector, whatever. Tinubu has a brother who is in charge of Oando. If a leader could borrow 3.3 from Afrexim Bank, and they are going to lift $12.5 billion worth of crude oil, who is going to be the lifter? You see, we are in a crisis period, and this crisis will continue as long as greed, self-centeredness, corruption, nepotism, and recklessness should continue. I'm very worried for Dangote's business. The man has never been able to rest since Tinubu came in. He has never been able to smile since Tinubu came in. Why must it be so?
Well, Tinubu supporters will say, the APC supporters will say, I mean, his refinery wouldn't have successfully taken off if Tinubu really didn't want that refinery to work. So on one hand, you can actually say, well, it is working because the president deemed it so.
No, don't say that. The refinery was confidently built during Buhari's period.
Yeah,
and he paid for the land at a free trade zone.
And if the president want to obstruct it, he would have done that successfully.
He has no right to do that.
Yes, there is right and there is right and there is power. He has the power to do that.
You see, power used carelessly will also backfire. We are talking of employment opportunities, and he is the president. What is the meaning of economic growth if all variables are stagnated just because one man is in charge and things must work according to his own pace? Which ministry is productive in this country anymore? Tell me one. None. All the MDAs are looking for capital components of their budget to be able to implement anything. No money. And yet the private investors cannot rest. They cannot go to the bank to borrow at 27%. The capital market is also being patronized by state governments, even local governments. They are all borrowing from the capital market. That is the crisis that he has created. How many companies can borrow at 27% to buy what? When there's no stability, when there's no discipline in government. It's unfortunate that we have a president who claims to have understanding about economic whatever, but his understanding is basically on taxation. How do you tax the people in an unproductive economy? The economy is unproductive, so how do you want to be taxing people, even the one that has no job because he's an adult, he has to pay tax in an unproductive economy?
And we will follow the event to see how it unfolds, to see what decision the president will make, if he will sweep it under the carpet, or we're going to see a shake-up, a huge shake-up in the oil and gas downstream sector. Now to look at the second topic for discussion, where the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, opened up on Tuesday that the federal government recorded a significant revenue shortfall in the 2025 fiscal year. He noted that while the federal government projected 40.8 trillion naira revenue for this year, it ended up making only 10.7 trillion naira. Now, you made a commentary on that, on your platform, where you criticized the federal government. Can you tell us more on that?
You see, when the president assumed authority on the 29th of May 2023, he created some two policies that disrupted economic principles in Nigeria. And these two economic principles are these. You floated your currency by 100%. No protection for the currency. And no leader all over the world has ever floated their currencies by 100%. It was suicidal. Number two, you remove subsidies from every facet of our lives, including education. They are borrowing to pay school fees. You know this, what they call this, their NEFOND loans. So when he did those policies, it rubbed negatively on all the economic variables, close to about 50 of them. Today, he cannot borrow. Nobody will borrow him money because the investment climate in Nigeria is very bad. Industries are leaving. The few ones are shutting down their machines. He has been borrowing for two major reasons. For his own infrastructural fancy, Coastal Road. That is another $15 billion contract for 700 kilometers. When you had the 12.5 from Afrexim Bank crude oil and $15 billion for Coastal Roads, that's $27 billion out of this economy. And you expect him not to be broke? You see, they have been driving their government merely with propaganda. Their words doesn't mean anything anymore to the Nigerian people. We have confidently been watching them. And we knew that the economy collapsed 31st of January 2024 when Naira became 1,520 to the dollar, and we expected it in December when we made the statement that by January 31st we gave the exact date that Naira will become 1,005 to the dollar, and that is the signal that the economy has collapsed. After that, they decided to rebase. They moved our GDP from $800 and something billion to $300 and something billion. They rebased to $180 something billion. They rebased to $300 and something. Have they been able to add value to that 300 and something in GDP in dollars? No. the country is broke. They have recklessly allowed things that should not come up to come up. Two very large governments, reckless spending on escalade, yacht, and whatever private presidential jets, dashing House of Assembly money, Senate jeep of 130 million. We don't need all these spendings. We don't need all these reckless spendings. Today, they can only pay salaries. No capital components has gone to any ministry or MDAs. We are going into 2026. Is it going to continually tax Nigerians who have no jobs, whose savings accounts will be ravaged, cannibalized by the banks? Already we know how much we are paying to the banks monthly for this, for that, for that. And there was a day I had only so very little in my account. All of a sudden, I just saw 1,700 disappear. Bam! I called the bank. They said there are so many charges added together. It was not like that before Tinubu came.
And they didn't even give a breakdown of what
they won't give any breakdown. The only breakdown you see is electronic charges. The other ones are hidden. So we are in a difficult situation where the only thing this government is doing is just taxation, and it has even altered itself when it tampered with the original drafts sent to him to sign. And he who tampers with the original draft of the lawmakers shows that executive cannot make laws, and since he has amended it without the permission of the National Assembly, that means the tax law he gazetted had become a nullity. It's null and void completely. It can't be implemented again with what has been divulged at the House of Reps. That tax law is dead. It's as dead as dodo.
Now, in your written commentary on this Wale Adun's revelation, I quote, you said, any government that will take over in 2027 must go to the whole hog in probing all the excesses presently brilliant in the APC government. Nigerians should brace up for more economic crisis, both in the areas of employment, energy, and security. As a matter of fact, Tinubu-led government has halted itself. Yes. This is a grim picture you're painting of the country's economy.
Well, what can we say? The president celebrated sometimes in August that he has met his revenue target for 2025. It was a lie, because we got to know that it was a lie through Wale Adun when he said there was a shortfall of 30 trillion naira from 40 trillion naira expected. So it is we are looking at what they are painting so that we can give it a figure, a shape, and describe whether it is brilliant, grim, or it is dull. It will be grim, because you see, I'm surprised, perplexed. It's strange to me that the president could be celebrating without facts. He could be celebrating without facts. Even the wife of the president said by 2026 they will be lending some other countries outside Nigeria some money. So when you see our first lady and our president speaking, the other one wants to borrow 17 trillion. The wife is celebrating by 2026 they will be borrowing other countries' money. Then what type of government are they running? Deceitfulness can never grow our economy. Propaganda can never grow our economy. Not being transparent will always result into a kind of doubts about their own governments and the affairs that they are running.
Don't you
I'm
think...
sorry to say, The picture is very bad.
Don't you think the financial minister, some may say, was trying to clean up after the president's statement? Obviously, he didn't marry the fact with his minister of finance, and then after the president made that statement, the financial minister may have told him that you're wrong in that statement you made, and it was like, well, just clean it up, and then he decided to clean it up by bringing out his own information on the economy. And some even question the validity of any of the statement. Who should we believe? Are we to believe the president, or we have to believe the minister of finance and the coordinating minister of the economy?
The man who handles the economy is not even the minister. It's not even the president. It is the minister and the vice president. So the president should not have made that alarming statement, and he expressed details of lies. So only APC members.
I mean, he has a history of just making statements. I mean, in the first instance, that's how the subsidy was removed. Where he just his inauguration message said,
yes,
and then we saw the fallout of that.
Tinubu is a good man when it comes to looking at his character. He's a good man, but when it comes to doing the job, Tinubu is not competent. Even in Lagos, what did he do? He did nothing. Fashola came to do the job. He did nothing for 8 years. I see we keep saying it that Tinubu is an overrated media leader. But we can see that Lagos cannot be like Nigeria. He's now seeing it. Ordinarily, what Trump told him about Christian genocide, they were trying to deny it. But it became impossible to sweep under the carpet. Has he traveled out since Trump spoke? He can't. He has 60 days to clean up this mess of insecurity. And he has spent 30 days already. Another 30 days will end by January 15th or so. Let's see how it goes.
Indeed.
Every journey must have an end. I'm sorry to say, we are beginning to see a kind of concern shown by Nigeria. Nigerians are beginning to know the type of leaders they have. And they are expressing their concerns virtually every day. It's unfortunate that we have a government that runs its own affairs through propaganda. They will never open the books for you to know. Central Bank will claim this tomorrow, claim that tomorrow, but ask them to open the books, they will open the books. They will open the books. And with the way we are going, Tinubu will end up to print Naira. I'm telling you now. Because if there is nobody to lend them $21 billion, which was approved for him by the Senate, it will resort to printing Naira. By next year, they will start to print Naira.
Okay, Mr. Malalu, thank you very much for your time. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, listeners.
That was Aki Malalu, president of Yoruba Ronu Leadership Forum, right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. The program is Matters. It is time for you to have your say, and the numbers to call 0700-903-903-903. Again, 0700-903-903-903 or 0803-692-9933. Again, 0803-692-9933. You can also call or text us via WhatsApp, and WhatsApp line is 081-717-56 338. Again, 081-717-56338. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Soul. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Matters. Tell us the name where you're calling from,
Thank
please.
you. My name is Shola. I'm calling from Akonwojo, Egbeda.
Okay, Shola. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so I was able to catch up a bit with your guest, I think he's from a speaking on behalf of the Yoruba group, Yoruba Runu, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yoruba Runu
So
Leadership
now,
Forum.
see, the chicken is coming home for us. I'm sure, probably some of them too, but based on how this man analyzed everything, he never believed in Tinubu, just like I never believed in him. So this should be a lesson. I don't know when the generality of Nigerians will learn. I told them then, Oshibanjo would have been the best bet, experience. But some of our people, because they said, I was not looking at tribe then. I was looking at the next best competent person. They said Oshibanjo was this lawyer. They said that somebody brought you to come and eat food. Then Oshibanjo was castigated. They said Tinubu built Lagos. I said Tinubu. Now, many of them are crying and shouting. They are crying and shouting. Tinubu has nothing to offer. Now, what is the solution? That is what we should be looking at, because I'm tired of just complaining. Many Nigerians now, some don't know what will happen by that January. And what I believe now is that, the government, they have shown so much ridicule and disdain. They look down on the citizens that they know that the people can take. They are not afraid of Nigerians. And it's supposed to be vice versa. The government is supposed to be afraid of the people. But that is the reversal is the case in this country. So all these policies, all the afflictions that they met out Nigerians, they don't care. So the solution is that let Nigerians, in preparation for 2027, let us come out to protest for electoral reforms. We need to get it right. Let us elect credible leaders.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
We see Yoruba man speak Nigerian brother. If Igbo man speak this one and they get attack and say they no hate, they hate and they hate them. Nothing we president have to offer. The old man say may just made name enter book of record someone ruled in Nigeria. Okay, now 2026 now coming up. Wait till PC want tell us let Nigeria go. So that's my own question. And again, for about our accusation with our line Mabe, our
Farouk Ahmed.
Nothing going to come outside. She been APC. When APC say that all this thing you do, when you enter APC, all your sins are forgiven. So what do you expect? Okay, imagine you're Bello when you run transparent. What's going? So many body don't talk that matter. Nothing going to happen. Dangote don't talk truth, but everybody don't going to look at CP2 matter. So that's my goal. Thank you for it.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to VOP. Tell us the name where you're calling from, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Tell us the name.
Yeah, my name is Sandra. I'm calling from Mushi.
Okay, go ahead.
It's just like what the last caller said. You see, all of us have been shouting, complaining here and there. This issue of electoral reform, you know the government that will still do it. Even though we complain here, we can't do it. So, but I'm asking, how do our complaint affect the government for them to do something about electoral reform? I'm asking that question. How do our complaint affect the government for them to do something about electoral reform? Because we have been talking about it, everyone have been talking about it. Is it the new contestants that will act to it so that it can be reformed? Or is it not the present government that will reform it? So I ask that question. He said no. So I want to know, is this not the present government that will do it? So whereby they don't do anything good for Nigeria, we keep on shouting. Yes. But if they have something good for Nigeria, then our complaint we need something good out. But we continue complaining, but it is their duty to do it. I am here in Mushi. I can't go and do it. I can't go and reform electoral reform. It is the same present government that will do it. So I'm not asking, what do we need to do to affect their life in order for them to do what? To reform the electoral issue.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, let's read some messages here. I have Chidera to assist with that, but let me start. Good afternoon, Mr. Solo. Nothing will come out of this resignation. The people in power are the same. A thief cannot kill a criminal. The Rock from Mushi. Thank you very much, The Rock. So, Chidera, what other WhatsApp messages we have there?
This one says, good afternoon, Solomon. On Dangote's allegations, there was part 1, response of resignation. However, Part 2 should be investigation and prosecution, as the case may be. Chima from Surulere.
Okay, let's pick this call on WhatsApp. Hello.
No, call back. I not say finish.
Sorry?
About electoral reform. APs cannot give you make una fight to next year. Except say after the election finish, that they finish looking to the matter. For now, there's nothing like electoral reform. Make una mark my word today.
Okay.
When our president said that snatch it and run it away, so since that time, nothing for electoral reform. No, I know they ask for that. I beg you.
Thank you.
Cannot give you people. I beg you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, Solomon.
Yes, sir. Welcome to VOP.
Thank you very much.
Tell us in the way you're calling from,
this,
please.
The leader of Yoruba that spoke to us now, that man is well detailed. And but one thing I'm surprised, Mr. Solomon, is during the time of military, Ganifa will single-handedly, speak to the military. Where are the lawyers? Where are the human rights groups in Nigeria? Everything is just silent. And this man is killing the country. We kept, silent. I raise my case.
Indeed. Thank you. Okay, let's pause and read more messages. Go ahead, Chidera.
This one says, VOP. Please, though, I support that everyone is entitled to his or her opinion. But for someone to see white and openly say it is black, this is unacceptable for me. 90% of our rulers are corrupt, and any who supports them in any form, either in words, action, or deeds, are accomplices. If EFCC and ICPC, MBA and LLC can mount pressure on all these our elected and selected officials, then we can have a sane society. If they are not held accountable, then Nigeria is gone. Politicians has ruined this blessed country. We must scrap the 1999 constitution and let the people decide what and how they want to be ruled. Let the kingdom of God come, the only hope of the world. Ray Flip, Isolo, Lagos.
Okay, hello.
Hello, Salon.
Yes, so welcome to VOP. Tell us the name, where you're calling from.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay, go ahead.
Salon, I guess you spoke very well. Very, very well. But they made a mistake. The mistake, Lagos Calabar Coastal Road, 15 trillion naira, you mistake it to $15 billion. That was why when he added it to 12.5 billion offensive bank money, he got $27 billion. I think you understand what I mean.
Okay.
So what I'm talking about is that offensive money bank, it was $3 billion. Nigeria, they borrowed, said they want to use it to wage naira. That was first thing he did when they swore in. Military borrowed the money for him. So they want to use it to wage naira. So where is the money now? And we are paying $12.5 billion. Can you? We're not paying cash, so these people doesn't collect money. It is your oil that in the soil you will sell up front to them. So they will be mining that oil. And that is why now, before, it is our oil that fund the project. You will hear benchmark this, benchmark that. After everything, you will hear surplus, crude surplus. Crude surplus and this and that. Jonathan recorded $2 billion. Even Buhari recorded SS crude $1 billion. The people now it is the IGR tax. His own budget is taxed because he has sold the oil, our crude oil in the store to a first bank Egypt. The most dangerous loan. They do not use that money for anything. They do not use it for electricity. They do not use it for refinery. They do not use it for mechanized farming. There is not even road. Where is the money now? You want to use it to wage dollar, and this is where we have gone into. Okay. And you look at the tax they are talking about. If you check around the whole countries that are OPEC countries, it is only Nigeria that is talking about tax. Oil producing nations doesn't talk about tax. If you go to Libya, fuel is 15 naira per liter.
Okay.
The man that came to have some invited on Sunday said that he went to Angola. that fuel in Angola is 290 naira. Gas, 190 naira. Electricity in Libya is free. Saudi Arabia, all these countries, electricity is free to promote and encourage production. But in Nigeria now, they are using electricity tariff to fund budgets.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
So thank you so much, my brother.
Okay, let's read more messages.
Good afternoon, Mr. Solomon. Our government are seriously whacked and heartless. Everything about APC government is borrowing. What are they doing with all this money they borrow? Imagine just one person using billions of dollars just to pay his children's school fees, while Nigerian citizens are suffering. What a stingy and greedy political we have as a ruler, not leaders. Please, Solomon, after this show, play Stand Up For Your Right by Bob Marley. Make we just use our cool body. Progress from Solomon.
Okay, read more.
This one says, good afternoon, Solomon Ofem. Farouk Ahmed resigned as the managing director of the Nigerian midstream and downstream Petroleum Regulation Authority, NMDPRA, on Wednesday, December 17, 2025, amid corruption allegation leveled against him by Aliko Dangote, chairman of the Dangote Group. However, since Dangote has accused him of consistent with his earnings as a public servant, also abuse of allegation of corruption and financial impropriety, then he should be tried, and if found guilty, should face the music. There is no two ways about it. Mr. Ogubi from Idimo.
Okay, let's pick this call. Hello.
Yeah, White. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Tell us the name, where you're calling from.
Thank you. I want to say that your analysis has been very, very fair in its analysis. But you see, we keep on beating around the bush. We all know the truth, and let us say the truth. Who is the Minister of Petroleum? If either on September or August, the president will say that we have achieved our budget, and now the Minister of Finance is saying that we are is it 30 trillion shortage of that budget. Under what influence the president talk? You see, the whole issue. Oh my God.
Hello.
Hello.
Go on. We can hear you.
Yeah, the whole issue with this government has been, let's put away propaganda, has been lies. Propaganda is studied or in political science, but lies. So we should not say it's in the field of study propaganda among the political tools. Let's call it lie. The president is telling Nigeria lies, and I believe that Nigerians have known who they have now as president. Is this how democracy is? Is this how Democrats behave? My brother, God bless your radio station, and God bless you.
Thank you. Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Souls. On the guest, I have two questions to the government. If these allegations were made by a common Nigerian, would they have taken it seriously? If yes, why haven't they persecuted and even investigated Matawale following the explosive allegations, as well as other persons on the terrorism list? 2. To Dangote, if whatever he's fighting Ahmed Farouk about wasn't affecting his business directly, would he have made such allegations against him? If he insists, then why hasn't he made any comment about the insecurity in the country? And why is he not calling out other corrupt government officials? Or is Ahmed Farouk the only corrupt officials? Or Dangote wants to tell Nigerians that he does not have any bad record of any other corrupt politician? Or maybe he's only saving the bad records for a personal and selfish vendetta, just like he's doing to Ahmed Farouk, Gentle Lion from Lagos. That's a valid question. Hello.
Solomon, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Tell us your name. Where are you calling from?
Akodiba is my name. I'm calling from Papa.
Okay, Akodiba, go ahead.
Yes. Solomon, please. I just have a question. When the government tell us that when they remove stamp duty, when we pay stamp duty, that Nigeria is going to be El Dorado, and stamp duty have been collecting from some of our transactions. What have they done with that money? They told us about VAT, that immediately VAT is removed from whatever transaction we are doing, that they are going to use the money to give us a pipe-borne water, do all sorts of infrastructure and the rest of other things. And they have been collecting that VAT. What have been done with it? Another question I want to ask is, they told us that immediately fuel subsidy is removed, that, hey, they are going to use it to give us a public health care, use it, give it to pipe-borne water in every Nigeria. The infrastructure will be like New York, that electricity is going to be powerful. All those things that was promised to us, and fuel subsidy was removed. How far is it with us right now? Because we are suffering it and we are not seeing anything. They told us that immediately fuel subsidy is removed in when subsidy is removed in electricity, that everything is going to be fine. But it has been removed and we are not seeing anything. Now they are telling us about tax again, that immediately we pay tax, Nigeria is going to become El Dorado, and this time around that every Nigeria is going to pay. How true is it? I'm just asking because I'm curious. I just want to know, because everything is becoming more confusing. All the money they have been borrowing, borrow this and borrow that, borrow from this, borrow from that. We are not seeing the evidence of it. And they continue to borrow, they continue to tax the people. Why the people are not seeing anything? Okay. We continue to be on our own government on our own. We are the one doing the borehole. We are the one doing the road. We are the one contributing money for transformer in the street.
Thank you very much.
You know, the whole thing is becoming more confusing. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Solo.
Yes, welcome to VOP. Tell us in the way you're calling from, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Peter. I'm calling from Festac.
Okay, Peter, go ahead.
The truth is that this APC government has nothing to offer, so they will keep doing what they are doing. I like your analysis. I listened to the analysis and there's nothing to add to it. The man finished everything. Every Nigerian that is shouting electoral reform, and before this APC people came to power, which electoral reform were we using before? How is it all of a sudden that this APC that does not want to conduct an election, we are shouting electoral reform? If you like, reform the election reform the electoral reform till tomorrow, this same set of people in the APC will not obey. Is it not in this same country where police is telling you that they must go ahead with enforcement of something that the court has put an injunction on? What is the meaning of injunction if the police cannot obey court injunction? I'm seeing on the news everywhere that police is saying we must do it, we must do it. When a competent court of law has pronounced that there should be a stop to it, the police saying we must do it. The impunity in Nigeria is top-notch under this APA. Since 2015, Nigeria has never experienced this kind of impunity no, it's not possible now. That's not the first time we are having a president. This man is just behaving the way he likes. Nigerian politicians are behaving like spoiled children. Somebody is calling and telling you, Dangote, why is Dangote exposing Farouk now? How about the others? Are you kidding me? I don't understand. You can't understand this because the thing is just confusing. I'm waiting for them to come and tax me in 2026. You did not provide road for me. You did not provide water for me. I'm paying for my health care. I'm paying for my utility bills. They're coming to tax me. From where?
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Peter.
I know how much I pay to maintain my car every day. I live in Festac. There's no single road in Festac. As a matter of fact, the new local government chairman that was selected by Tinubu in Amudofi is not doing anything.
Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you. Okay, let's read more messages. Chidera, go ahead.
Good afternoon, King Solomon. I thought with Buhari we have seen it all, not knowing Tinubu will be worse than Buhari. He told us he has met his target, only for his finance minister to say the opposite. I pity the incoming government because Tinubu has destroyed the economy beyond repair. He was just overrated. He has nothing to offer. John from Ijaniki.
Okay, go ahead.
This one says, Good afternoon. The fountain of wisdom. Your guest has said it all. Appreciate his courage. Tinubu-led government has absolutely nothing to offer Nigeria. Let's call a spade a spade. Ikemba from Mafuluku.
Okay, let's pick this call. Hello.
Yeah, Solomon Ofia. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on VOP. Tell us your name.
My name is Daniel. I'm calling from Alaba.
Okay, go ahead.
APC have nothing to offer. We have seen it all that they don't have anything to offer us. Because if they do, they will not go and be borrowing money to buy SUV and sharing to themselves. And they will not go and borrow for the politician to steal the money. They will say, okay, bye-bye, go home and stay and see no more. Come to APC, we'll give you 250 billion, then you are among us. So, my dear, until the Nigerians wake up to their slumber, and I know the time is coming. It's already at hand. In this tax, we are going to say no to this government, because I know next year, my brother going to pocket the ball. But if Nigerians allow it, that way we are going to win this hot. He told us that when you remove subsidy, Nigeria will be heaven and earth. Everywhere will be okay. Now subsidy has gone. All the money we have been generating from it, nothing to account for it. We went and borrowed, nothing to account. If they have something to offer, they will not go back to France, where all the Francophone countries have been chased away. We will go to them and start romancing them to come and collect tax from us. Lawlessness country. Look at police. Is jumping the court injunction, telling you that they will not obey the court injunction. Why? Because the man that affair, which is our president, have bought judiciary over. The legislators, which he has on Senate, have become a rubber stamp. So now we can do things the way we like, because our judiciary have no right to say anything.
Okay.
Then the lawmakers have nothing to say because they are bought over.
Thank you.
Anytime they want to borrow money, they will stamp with our money. Go and get the money.
Thank you.
When
Thank
they
you.
get it,
Thank
they will
you.
share it.
Thank you.
My dear base, second base.
Thank you. Hello. Okay, let's read more messages, please.
This one says, Good afternoon, crew. Nigeria, what price have we paid? What a price we have paid for incompetence, lack of capacity, and low-grade mind people in power. Have the mighty have fallen. We are the world's laughingstock in the committee of nations. Our history, culture, predates destroyed. It is a shame that Nigeria is now a gangster paradise, courtesy of your president. This is what you get when you enter power through the back door of INEC and judiciary, doing vote buying and agboro intimidation, living a luxurious life. In all of this, they can never be accountable to you because the process that brought them into power is not credible. All it does won't work, but lies, eye service, propaganda, and hypocrisy. It is a shame the worst of us is ruling the best of us. Truly, there was a country, Lekon from Lagos.
Okay. Good afternoon, Radio Man and co-presenter. This government was elected to defeat the people's will. I am Martins from Adlag Bariga. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, read more.
This one says, Good afternoon, Solo. Dangote has finally eliminated one of his business obstacles. The Farouk resignation to calm Dangote down, not to take it higher. So I don't think that he'll be investigated and prosecuted. This matter has ended with his resignation.
Okay, let's read more, pick more calls. Hello. Okay, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Solomon. The spirit of Nnamdi Kanu has entered the life of people. They can vomit anything. Please guide and educate. Patriotism starts from you. Okay, this one, he also says that, Good afternoon, Solomon. No matter what you do as a leader, some people will still criticize you. So do what you think is appropriate of protestee to judge. Third Mainland Bridge was criticized vehemently as a sheer waste of money. Today, the same people whose voices were the loudest must have passed through it at one time or the other. Emmanuel, he didn't say where he's from.
Okay, let's pick more calls. Hello.
Hello, Solomon.
Yes, so thank you for joining us. So what's the name where you're calling from? Okay.
Calling from Ireland. Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly. Go ahead.
Well, people are clamoring for electoral reform. So when they reform it, so you put them out happy, they will reform it with the tension in the country about this government. You see, until the House of Representatives have passed it, it remains a year before they will sign it. People will not see the light of the day. Because you cannot tell me in a country where lawlessness and impunity, the president can do anything, say anything. A whole president told you there, he has made the revenue decision of the country. Now, finance minister came and told you a different thing. Everything, I'm not surprised. He said he's going to start from where his predecessor stopped, and he's doing it. They told you, people like you, that he governed Lagos. He without the Lagos, I say he did nothing. Why can't he replicate it there? So it is overrated. He has nothing. Because you cannot tell me, you know, when you prefer politics than governance, Solomon, what do you see? Lies, falsehood. When they ask you something, quickly say without thinking. That is the problem. So, Nigerians, we have entered it. The supporters of this government, I don't know whether they are enjoying. But we won't betide them if they are suffering with us. But we will never betide them if they are enjoying this government. They are well secure. They are not paying all this. But 2026, we are going to see another 10.
Okay.
Because it is helping to tax us to death.
Thank you very much.
So that, but solo in 10 seconds. So why can't you recover the 210 billion naira?
Okay.
It's missing. Why can't you recover it?
Thank you. Okay, let's see if we can read more messages.
Good afternoon. His analysis was spot on. What more can be said? It is time to break them off. Something proper. We can't wait for 2027. Alex.
Okay, let's hello.
Hello.
Welcome to VOP.
This is Mr. Truth from AJC.
Okay, go ahead.
What I want to tell the whole Nigeria that Mr. President, he has tried to grab a president to enter a president of Nigeria. Now, he has been doing nothing. The best thing for him is to resign. Let us look for better person to control Nigeria, okay, to bring Nigeria in order. He has tried to answer a president of Nigeria. Since all his promise, nothing has done. Nothing good has come since he take over since 2023. Let him leave the country alone. Let Nigeria bring somebody that he can control this nation to bring us back to our position, the basic position Nigeria did before. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Good afternoon, Mr. Solomon. Donald Trump called Nigeria a country of CPC. That's what APC government is acting like. I weep for our country. Let's do our talking with our PVCs in 2027. I pray that Nigeria will be great again. Joachim Obiezem from Egbeda, Akunwojo.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, wise man.
Yes, sir. Welcome to VOP. Tell us your name.
I greet you and your colleagues.
I greet you too, sir. Tell us the name where you're calling from, please.
My name is Charles, calling from Ikorodu.
Okay, Charles, go ahead.
It's been a while.
Indeed.
Mr. Solo, I'm here to see a president in Nigeria. Until I see any president that will come out 2026 to as 27, say the fuel subsidy that has gone, I will bring it back before I'm swearing in on my inauguration day. Secondly, any president that will promise Nigerians that if I enter there, this Fulani Malaysia that is making us not to go to farm, I will chase all of them out and I will open the border. That is the president I will follow. But if I do not see anybody, I'm not voting 2027. Okay. On the other hand, I'm waiting for what to come 2027. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, let's read more messages.
Good afternoon, VOP. I stand to be corrected. The government that cannot provide security for the people but wanted to collect tax, that's injustice from the highest order. It's daylight robbery. KJL.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to VOP.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Tell us where you're calling from.
My name is Mr. Made, calling from Ejibu.
Okay, go ahead.
You see, all those things you are saying about APC, people were thinking that they were playing tribalism or hatred. That's from 2015. Here, Buhari said, if they did not win, bamboo and the other things will soak blood. And we have been saying, I've been saying it now because of what people are passing through now. It's just soaking blood. What people are crying now. Young men are entering into Yahoo. Young ladies are entering halotry. What are we saying again about this APC? They are not ready to offer anything. Nigeria should wake up. Unless we defend ourselves, things cannot work well. Okay. Let us wake up. This 2023 that we are entering, let us have another orientation of behavior so that we can match with these people. Because if we keep quiet, a later reform, they will not do it. Nothing they will do. You see, when the Egyptians fell, they start taxing the Egyptians. When the Pharaoh fell, they start taxing the Egyptians. This is how the APC government led by Tinubu and Buhari is doing now. Unless Nigeria wake up, Nigeria will not move forward. 2026, I pray that Nigeria should wake up. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. Okay.
Dear Solomon, APC, the party government wants to cripple our purchasing power and human values by introducing this unnecessary tax. Let's see how he will collect the tax when they decide not to provide all basic amenities that add values to our life. APC are all bunch of mediocre. Daniel from Apapa.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Solomon FM.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, my name is Joshua Perkins. You don't know, aka KP. Former citizen of Nigeria, now retired.
Okay, go ahead. Talk to us, sir.
You see, we are talking about the tax. First, let me talk about insecurity. I know you make an excuse for the president yesterday that maybe the president may not know what is happening within the military, or probably is not aware, or maybe is ill advised, or probably is not properly advised or abreast of the situation. I tell you, such excuse do not hold water. If you see those militants the soldiers hold, I hope they have not sacked them. That later we find out they are working for Mark Ban. I do not know when cattle rearers start carrying guns instead of sticks. David did this work before he became king.
Okay.
Now, any
you have to round up.
Any governor that do not any governor that all this insecurity happen in his state is responsible. He cannot say he is not aware.
Okay, thank you.
I hope the government will give people jobs now that they are taxing them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Receipt of what they are doing with our money. Good afternoon.
Okay, that's our last caller for today. Let's round up as we read the remaining messages. Go ahead, Chidera.
This one says many people saw this about Tinubu, that he's just a gra man and has nothing, therefore has nothing to offer. Watch his speech and you will notice his emptiness. He should please respect himself and step aside. Is this what Yorubas can give Nigeria? Too bad when we have great intellectuals amongst us. It is a pity. Chinedu from Badagry.
Okay, good afternoon, VOP. 2 killed, 9 injured inside Brown University, Rhode Island, USA. The same USA that's planning to invade Nigeria over insecurities. Both the citizens and government project their country in good light. Outside the world, only Africa wake up and rain causes and even want the country to fail because his preferred candidate is not the one in power. America say God bless America, but Africa is otherwise. God bless Nigeria. You need to listen to the media in US to see exactly what goes on there. Just like we criticize our governments here and we say whenever they do something wrong, you have the same thing in CNN, in MSNBC, in the CDS, in Fox News. So you need to watch the local media in USA, in America, for you to know what's going on. Okay, I'll read the next message.
Mr. Solomon, good afternoon, my brother. God bless you all. These people that want Obi to become president of Nigeria by force, by fire, without having sufficient numbers of population to make him president, as well as their disregard for the culture and leaders of other places, let them work on their attitude. They say Tinubu did nothing in Lagos, yet they can't stop relocating in droves to Lagos, therefore depleting vote of the southeast, only for them to start lamenting when their candidate fail at the election.
Okay, good afternoon. I'm enjoying your program. Your guest has spoken well. Despite being a Yoruba man, the economy is seriously biting everyone. That's why they are now speaking out. You remember when they are asking Tinubu how he's going to fix the country, he keep on assigning the question to his followers to answer. Now look at where they have brought us to. May God help this country. From Alex. I'm Alex from Ikotu. Now we need to start making this thing about tribe. Look at what he said because he's a Yoruba man. Look, we have daft Yoruba people, just like we have daft Igbo people and we have daft Hausa people, just like we also have good people in Nigeria irrespective of tribe. We will definitely have people that will always align with the government of the day, irrespective of how the government is performing, in as much as the person aligns with them in terms of tribe and religion. We will definitely have those kind of people. We have that even in the US, where even despite that Donald Trump is not doing well, we have people that are standing by him because of what he represents. So we'll definitely have people like that in Nigeria, irrespective of tribe and religion. So we should stop attributing the fact that this person said, well, despite he is this and despite he is that. I mean, okay, but it is well. Okay, I think that's where we end it for today. Thank you very much for your contributions. Thank you very much, Chidera, for helping me with the messages. We'll be right back tomorrow. It's always a pleasure talking to you. And the program is Matters and Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. And it comes up Mondays to Fridays, 1:30 to 3 p.m. So I'll be right back tomorrow with the show. You can follow me on IG at Solofem1, SOLOFEM, figure 1, or you can also follow me on X at Solofem. You can also follow VOP on all our social media platforms at VOP903FM and subscribe on YouTube at VOP903FM. I am Solomon of FEM, signing out.
Please note, the views and opinions expressed on this program are solely those of the individual contributors and do not necessarily represent the official views of the Voice of the People 90.3